Hello, and welcome to the Lanterns edition of the Ohio State Football Preview. I'm Brian Nelson.
And I'm Khalid. Now let's take a look at what the Buckeyes can expect going into Week 9 against Wisconsin. Ohio State took care of business last week in Evanston as the Buckeyes dominated the Northwestern Wildcats 52-3. For the first time this season, Justin Fields did not have a rushing touchdown, but the sophomore quarterback still had a very solid game, completing 18 of 23 passes for 194 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. Those 4 touchdowns bring his season total to 30, which puts him on pace to match or possibly break former Ohio State quarterback Dwayne Haskins' single-season touchdown record of 54. The running game was also out in full force with J.K. Dobbins, Master Teague, and Marcus Crowley all having good nights on the ground. Dobbins rushed for 121 yards on 18 carries with 1 touchdown, as the team had 279 yards on the ground as a whole. The Buckeyes have continued to show why they are one of the most balanced offenses in the country, as they currently rank number 3 in the country in total offense. The Buckeyes average 239 yards passing per game and 287 yards on the ground per game. They will look to have the same success this week against Wisconsin.
Defensively, Ohio State played an outstanding game as they held the Wildcats to just 1 field goal in the first quarter. The Buckeyes continued to disrupt opposing quarterbacks as they were able to hold Northwestern quarterback Aiden Smith to complete only 6 of 20 passes for 42 yards and 1 interception. Smith ended the game with a passer rating of just 8.6. The Wildcats were able to run the ball a little as Isaiah Bowser had 65 yards on the ground, but the Buckeyes never allowed it to create any momentum leading to a score. Junior defensive end Chase Young continues to show why he is one of the best players in the country, as he had a sack on the second defensive play of the game and forced the Wildcats to steer their offense away from the side he lined up across. Defensive backs Sevin Banks and Amir Reep were able to record an interception, both coming in the fourth quarter. This Ohio State defense currently ranks 2nd in the country in total defense and will have a tough task this Saturday as they face a great offense in Wisconsin.
On Saturday in Ohio Stadium, the Buckeyes welcome the Badgers of Wisconsin, who are led by 5th-year Wisconsin head coach Paul Chryst, who is a 2-time Big Ten Coach of the Year winner. Leading the Badgers offense is star running back Jonathan Taylor, who currently leads in the nation in rushing touchdowns with 15. The talented junior has been one of the best backs in the country since his freshman year in 2017. Taylor was the 2018 Doak Walker Award winner, which recognizes the best running back in the nation, and was a unanimous first-team All-American in 2018. Also complimenting Taylor will be first-year full-time starting quarterback Jack Cohn, who is off to an impressive start to the season as he's thrown for 1,383 yards and 9 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions. And the leading receiver will be junior wide receiver Quintez Cephas, who has 353 yards and 3 touchdowns on the season. Wisconsin will lean heavily on Jonathan Taylor, but with Ohio State's top 3 defense, they will need a balance of pass and rush to give Ohio State their first loss of the season.
Defensively, the Badgers look to be Ohio State's toughest matchup yet and likely will be their biggest challenge of the entire season. The Badgers are the best defense in the nation right now. They are first in total defense and are the only team in the nation to currently be allowing less than 200 yards per game with 193 total. In addition, Wisconsin's defense is very balanced at stopping both the run and pass, ranking first in rushing defense and passing defense as well. A large reason for the Badgers' success is the play of their linebackers, sophomore Jack Sanborn and redshirt seniors Chris Orr and Zach Bond. Those 3 are Wisconsin's top tacklers and have combined for 18 sacks thus far in the season. Ohio State has fared well against Wisconsin historically. They lead the all-time series 59-18-5 and have won the past 6 matchups, including 2 Big Ten championship victories in 2017 and 2014. This contest looks to be a competitive matchup between 2 top 15 teams, with an added factor of redemption for Wisconsin after the Badgers recorded their first loss of the season this past week against an unranked Illinois 24-23.
The Buckeyes kick off against Wisconsin this Saturday at noon in Columbus. To stay updated on all things Ohio State, follow the Lantern and Lantern TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm Khalid.
And I'm Brian Nelson, and thank you for watching Lantern TV.